storm heading our way, Big Island, Hawaii. Just with Third Phase of Moon's live radio. Blake Cousins here, taking your calls from around the world in regards to the UFO phenomenon happening right now. We got callers building up. You want to share your story tonight, you share it to the world. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. Big week at Third Phase of Moon. I'd say we probably got about 2 million views just on our YouTube channel alone. The word's getting out. I think we just reached 270,000 subscribers. Wow, 160 million views. People want to know what's going on. What's going on as far as Kepler is concerned is the big question of the week. I want to get people's opinions in regards to possible massive alien structures harnessing energy off a star. Unimaginable, almost hard to comprehend to the mind on how large these structures really are, what they are. We don't know, but is NASA going to finally tell us that we're not alone in the universe? I, for a fact, know that we're not. But at least tell the world, NASA. At least tell the world what's going on. We're ready for it. I know we are. I know the people are. Let's get to callers calling in right now as a lightning strike just happens close by within miles of Third Phase Moon quarters right here on the Hamakua Coast. Before we get shut down maybe tonight through electrical blast of some sort, let's get to area code 612. Thanks for calling in. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm Jesse. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Jesse?
Yeah. Thanks for taking my call, Blake.
Hey, no problem. You got a story for us? You want to tell us something in regards to the UFO phenomenon?
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
yeah.
hear it.
Well, when I was 14 years old, I was abducted with two of my friends in the woods.
Whoa. Hold on a sec. Abducted in the woods. Wow, this is going to get... This is the start of the show. Wow. Exactly where?
I was in Oregon at the time when it happened.
Okay.
And me and my friends were camping, and we got abducted. I'm 37 years old now, but it happened when I was 14, and it's happened numerous times since then. I've been seeking out like hypnotherapists and counseling and a whole bunch of stuff like that. I have like over 50 drawings of alien hieroglyphics. I have no clue what it means.
Really? What? Can you send that over to Third Phase while we're talking? You got my email address? You have my contact information? Yeah, let's get that to me.
I'm a subscriber. Yeah, I can do that for you.
Absolutely.
One of the things I would like to say is NASA definitely knows the reason why we haven't been back to the moon is because we broke an intergalactic space treaty. And basically they allowed different types of races of aliens to abduct us in exchange for technology. And
wow, did they tell you this when you were 14 years old?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, it's happened. It's been ongoing. The first time I ever was consciously aware and I was awake when it happened was when I was 14 years old. But it's been apparently happening since I was,
Let's start there, Jesse. Let's start the day of this abduction in the woods. What were you and your friend doing out there in the woods anyway?
Well, we were just camping. We decided we wanted to go camping, and we both had tents, and we just went. I love the woods. I love outdoors, and we just wanted to make it into like a camping trip. Had no idea what was in store.
So were you? How were you taking did the ship come over? What did the ship look like? How were you taken aboard this craft?
Well, that's the thing. When it happened, it was like, it's a long story, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. We saw a red light hit the ground, but it didn't make any sound, and we were like, "What the heck was that?" And then all of a sudden, like an hour passed, and we heard footsteps and foot patter in the woods, leaves crunching and twigs snapping, and something told me in my mind to touch the tent with my hand. So I did, and as soon as I did that, something touched my hand back, and it scared the crap out of me. Was not expecting that. Now, some of it's a little embarrassing because, you know, I don't even know how to go there, but basically, I ended up killing one of them on accident. I didn't know what it was. It started to open up the tent door, and I stabbed
Hold on a sec. Wait a second. But you killed an alien?
Yeah.
So I'm going to name this man or boy kills alien on first encounter in the woods. Is that accurate? Okay. How did you kill the alien?
Well, it was trying to open up the tent, and I had a staff. I did martial arts for about 7 years, and I used to always carry a walking staff. And as soon as it did that, I jabbed my staff at the door of the tent, and I hit something solid. And then my friend Tom decided to tell me, look outside and see what it was. And I said, okay. So I did. And that's when I pissed my pants. About maybe 2 feet above the ground was a puddle of light. It was a green fluorescent color light. And I don't know how to describe what a puddle of light looks like. But then when I saw that, I looked around outside the tent, and I saw a whole bunch of figures running through the woods. There was like 6 or 7 of them. And then the last thing I remember consciously at that moment was there was one about 10 feet away, peeking its head behind a tree, looking at us. And next thing I know, we're on a ship. And it was bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. I don't know how that's possible, but it almost looked like a meteorite, like a big giant ball of rock. And, you know, it didn't look like a flat saucer. It was like a big giant rock.
Okay.
That had like lava. It looked like lava was in it. You know, it was like red. It had red. I don't even know what it was. And unfortunately, my friend's girlfriend committed suicide because of this. She got impregnated, and they took a baby, and she committed suicide.
So you're saying your girlfriend, they abducted her, used her for a hybrid?
Girlfriend. No, it wasn't my girlfriend. It was my friend. Yeah.
Gotcha. Your friend's girlfriend was abducted for hybrid breeding, and they took the alien hybrid, and then she basically got depressed and killed herself.
Yep, she killed herself, and it was really sad, but they made Tom go into the military. Tom is now in the Army, and I'm the one that draws. I have these. I'll have to show you these drawings. I have no clue what they mean, but I'll get a headache unless I draw them. Once I draw them, the headache goes away.
So this happened in 2001, Jesse, correct?
Let's see, 98.
Was it before 9/11? Was it before 9/11?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. See, I'm 37 now. It happened when I was 14. So.
What'd your parents? Did you tell your parents immediately what happened?
I never met my dad, but I did tell my mom, and at first she didn't believe me, and I just felt like if my mom doesn't believe me, I don't care if anybody else believes me. But then a couple of years later, she told me that she believed me, and I said, "Why do you believe me now?" And she ended up having a picture. She took a picture of a UFO, but she's dead now. She died in 98. And she told me that when I was a little boy that I was having dreams of green men. I don't remember it, but she said that basically I've been having experiences since I was 3 years old.
Wow, Jesse.
They've done everything. Huh?
Yeah, you're not the only one. It starts out as abductions start out in most cases when you're a little child, and children have these experiences, and they kind of sometimes it's such a traumatic experience they forget all about it. Then later in life they kind of recall their experience through hypnotic regression or some kind of trigger, some kind of sighting that maybe a sighting makes you think and triggers that memory. Let me ask you this about this. When you killed this alien, did it make any noise whatsoever? Was there any blood? What was the color of the blood?
Nope. There was no blood. like I said, it was just a puddle of light hovering above the ground, and I touched it, and it electrocuted me, but it didn't hurt. It was like a shock that tickled. It went through my right hand all the way across, up my arm, all the way across my chest, and out my other arm. But it didn't hurt. It was like a tingling sensation. Now, one thing I do want to say is the ones that I had experience with, I know they have to have some kind of compassion. They have to have something that tells them, well, they know this is going to hurt, but they erased the memory of my pain. I still remember what happened, but they erased my memory of that pain at the time. And the hypnotherapist I was working with is the head of MUFON for the state of Minnesota.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. MUFON, in my opinion, is bad news all the way. What was your experience? Not good, I'm sure, right?
Well, it was in between. I mean, I didn't go. I wanted more to find out more. I mean, the one I had, it was not bad, but it wasn't great. He was interested. He wanted to know more. He did a lot of notes, took a lot of stuff. I showed him my drawings. He hypnotized me 4 or 5 times, and it just feels empty. I'm not done yet. There's a lot more I have to remember, but I just don't know where to start. Now,
I know it's hard. You know what? That's the trick. That's the trick. We're kind of all over the place, and we kind of want to start out in a progression so people could understand and then kind of like get their heads around it. Let's stick with this first encounter because, man, you killed an alien within your first second of the first encounter.
I didn't mean to. I was just scared out of my mind. I didn't know what it was. And
sometimes, they come in peace, they say, boom, you hit them with a Joe or a stick, some kind of, martial arts weapon, boom, and then they flash it. What did the other aliens, when you were aboard, were they hostile? Were they okay with it?
No, they weren't hostile. They didn't, beat me up or anything, but they did do a lot of experiments. They put a needle in my eye. They took my cum or sperm. They did stuff to my ears. I had my friend Tom was in a different room. I was in a different room, and Sid was in a different room. I remember almost everything that happened. I remember seeing human soldiers in black uniforms carrying these weird plasma guns, just standing. 2 of them were standing by a door. They were guarding the door. I don't know what was behind it. I knew they were human. They had to be a military of some kind. They didn't talk. They didn't move. After this happened, I had a friend who, back in the day when you could own parts of Greyhound, he had a Greyhound station. I told him what happened, and I said, I need to get the heck out of here. And so he gave me a Greyhound bus ticket, and I moved out of state. And they followed me there, too, so it's not like you can run from them. They know where you're at.
Absolutely. You can never run. If they know where you are, they find you anywhere, a city, on an island, in the middle of the desert. Hey, let me ask you this about your friend's girlfriend. And after, was she explaining to your friend about her, hybrid child and her depression in regards to the aliens abducting her child after birth?
Not that I know of. I just know that.
Was there any kind of letter? Was there a letter that she wrote after?
No.
And how did she kill herself?
She shot herself.
Mm-hmm. So how do we know? How do we know that she killed herself because she was depressed because of an alien hybrid breeding program gone bad?
Right. Well, basically, it's only me and Tom know the truth because we were there. And she tried to seek counseling, but she didn't. Nobody believed her. Nobody believed any of us, actually. And I just didn't care anymore. For about 5 years after it happened, I was afraid to even come out about it or tell anyone because they had men in black following us in helicopters and SUVs. And after that, I just didn't care. I was like, here I am. They found me. What can you do to me that they haven't already done?
You know what, Jesse? There's your story. I'm sure we could go on for hours, and I want you to call. I want you to call back because I think we've just scratched the surface. We want to get the other callers tonight. This is a big story, And I want to get your drawings on tonight's show so I could put this on Third Phase of the Moon YouTube tonight. So make sure you get that to me. We'll share your photographs and your photos, and maybe other people have seen the exact same thing. Jesse, call back in next week, please, and we're going to make some time for more of this experience. We want to continue this story out of Arizona. Appreciate it, Jesse.
Yeah, thanks so much, Blake. You have a great night. Thanks for all you do.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. We look forward to hearing Jesse's story as it continues. Wow, that was one call, first time right here at Third Phase of Moon Radio. That's what it's all about, people. And, you know, the lines are building up. People want to share their stories. Let me tell you, we're going to get to it. You know, this is Blake Cousins. We'll be right back. Third Phase of Moon Radio. That's right, Third Phase of Moon Radio is back on live taking your calls. You know what? Lightning just struck again. I'll be surprised if it could hang on all night. You know, this electrical storm's getting real close. When I call out your area code, get ready because you're just about to go live. So let's get to it. Area code 715. We're going to get to you right now. Welcome to 715. Where did he go? Let's get to another caller. Let's get to area code 818. We're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I just want to say this. My dad, his name is Robert Kiviat, and he does all these shows about. Sorry about that in the background, but he's done all these shows about aliens and such, including Alien Autopsy, and you know, he did this one about aliens on the moon. I just want to say this. There's been a lot of he claims in a sci-fi show that he did recently with sci-fi about the aliens. He claims that they purposely didn't advertise it for whatever reason. They advertised more about Sharknado than they did with his show called Aliens on the Moon. Feel free to check it out on Netflix. But he has a theory that maybe the government was trying to not get it out there because it had a lot of information. Like some astronomers talked about, and he says that I forgot who he interviewed. There was one astronaut, but he says that he was acting weird the whole day and getting calls from NASA and stuff when they were interviewing.
Would this be Edgar Mitchell?
No, I think it was
Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah, Buzz. Yeah, it was Buzz.
Yeah, he doesn't like to be called out in regards to him if he went to the moon or not. He punches people in the face if you ask him if he's been to the moon. It's interesting. Let me tell. So your dad produces documentaries in regards to the UFO phenomenon. What's your dad's name again?
Yeah, Alien Autopsy. It was a Fox special, and around I think it was 19. It was before I was born. Of course, I'm young. I'm 14.
Wow.
It was in 1998, I think, or 1999.
Well, absolutely. Roberts. Who was the host for that show? That was Jonathan Frakes, I think. Star Trek.
Yeah, and my father produced it. Yeah, Robert produced it.
You know, there's a movie out called Alien Autopsy, and they basically kind of went over the whole rigmarole on how basically that alien turned out, that it was manufactured and in-house, and it wasn't real at all. But then later in the movie, it shows that it was actually there was footage, and it was based on this footage that was captured directly from the Roswell crash. Is that how it went down?
Oh, well, my dad tells me this. He says he honestly doesn't really know. He says that the guy that gave him the footage told him that some of it burned or some weird thing like that. Some of it disintegrated, I guess. The guy that gave my dad the clips claims that he has pieces of it. But not the whole thing.
Is your dad around? I would sure like to talk to your dad if he's around in regards to.
I totally told him to call in just now because I was just looking through Blog Talk Radio, and he's a huge UFO guy, of course, as he produces many shows about. So yeah, I told him to call in. I mean, I'll go text him right now, telling him that.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you text him? Yeah, sure thing. You text your dad, and we're going to get back to you. Tell your dad to get in touch with us. Wow, that's amazing. The Alien Autopsy video was one of the biggest, most watched events in, I think, Fox history. I think Fox was the one that broadcast that episode. I remember the world was kind of awakened at that point, whether it's real or not. we're not exactly sure. That's why I want to get your dad on the phone, okay? You're texting him?
Yeah, I texted him the number and everything.
Okay, what area code should I look out for your dad? 818 as well?
Yeah, he's also 818. We're like in the Los Angeles area.
Okay, absolutely. Great. Hey, stand by, man. Let's get that. We're going to get to other callers right now. Third phase. That's if we could get that guy on the phone and the radio tonight, that would be cool. I got some questions for him. Let's get to area code 916. Hey, thanks for waiting. Tell us your name. What's your where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Russell calling from Sacramento. How you guys doing?
Hey, pretty good tonight. What's going on over there in Sacramento?
Nothing much, really. I was just watching some of your videos, on the YouTube channel, and I was looking at that USO video that you guys had played, the last couple of days. I thought it really interesting. I was watching that. I mean, it's really intense stuff. Seeing that, go into the water. You know what I mean? And what, I was reading, as I was watching it, the guy was talking about how it actually ejected something from it. And I couldn't really see it too clearly, but I was trying to.
Yeah, I didn't. We slowed down the video. I didn't exactly see the point where he said something ejected out of it, but the video in itself boggles the mind in its own sense, because I don't think it's a simple balloon, as some people would say. What's your thought on what it is?
No.
Okay.
That's. Obviously, that's going to be a USO without a doubt.
Absolutely. If it's a balloon, like some people would say, it would have just landed on the water and then just kind of floated there. This thing actually submerged underwater, and it had some kind of sense, as the person that submitted the video, I think his name was Gary, we'll put the link below to the original source, that it was under kind of controlled flight pattern. It didn't seem like it was a random floating balloon.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you a question. I mean, you're based out of Hawaii, correct?
That's right.
Now, do you guys hear about anything like USOs out in your area? Because, the Hawaiian Islands, there's got to be a lot of stuff going on out there. You guys are kind of in a real hot spot. I would be thinking, especially for USOs and stuff like that.
Well, as far as UFO sightings, they're rampant. USO sightings, I have not seen one myself, but we've seen a lot of activity over the North Shore of Oahu, out over the Pacific Ocean, and these things are fast. I mean, real fast, jumping, I'd say, 10 miles per second, zigzagging in the sky, stopping on a dime. Oh, actually, we did recall. What was it, 1978? It was the North Shore sighting, right? This thing just zipped and zagged, and then all of a sudden stopped. It was far away, mind you, but it was an experience. This thing stopped, and then something dropped from it. It landed in the ocean. It was at night, so you really couldn't see. It was just one light off and then it dropped, and then this thing took off. Something entered the ocean. So yeah, we did see a USO. Thanks for jogging my memory on that. That's
the thing, because here we are, we think, okay, we got this land thing covered, but there's so much going on under the ocean that we have nothing, we don't even have a clue about whatsoever, and we're sitting there, thinking that we're on top of the food chain, so to speak, and in all actuality, we're probably not even close to it.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thanks for calling in. Anything else? Did you see a UFO before your own eyes?
No, it's been a while since I've had any experiences, but like when I lived out in Las Vegas, seen a lot of stuff out there going on. But no, I'm always keeping in tune with your channel to make sure that I'm always up on what's going on with you guys, though.
Hey, appreciate it. Keep on watching. We never know what's going to happen next. It's just mind-blowing. Absolutely. Hey, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
That was Sacramento. Let's get to another caller while we're going to get back to the kid.
We're talking about the lake creature that attacked the girl. That video you guys posted up, and to me, I thought it was like a juvenile. Whatever it was like it was young because it had a curious mind. And it seemed like it was hiding around that rock, and when she came around, it seemed as if she cornered it, and then it came out to, say, hey, back up. This is my territory, or because if it was going to do something really bad, it would have took her out,
Absolutely. Some people are quickly to debunk the video right away. CGI
Right.
is the first thing that comes to the most stated debunked statement. Oh, this is CGI. No, I don't think it's CGI. I know what CGI looks like, and that'd be pretty impressive to do that. So that's why I posted it up on Third Phase. It's hard telling if it's the real deal or not. Some people are actually saying it's a stuffed toy or something. A stuffed toy. I'd like to see anybody replicate that. You know what I mean? I doubt it.
Exactly. Because the bubbles, you just can't fake bubbles like that. And the motion, and everything is just symmetrical. You know what I mean? So you can't go. I don't know. You have to be really, 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 really on top of your game to go out your way just to make something up like that.
Absolutely. We're trying to reach out to I think she's a marine biologist, and she led an expedition over there at Lake Champlain with sonars and boats out there, and they actually picked up some pings that pretty much confirmed that there is a creature that lurks in the lake over there, and it's quite large. Whatever it is, well, maybe that was what was captured by Cindy, who submitted that lake attack monster video, which is quite amazing. I'm still looking at it, and I learn different things every time I see it, and it makes you wonder what kind of other creatures exist on planet Earth today.
Exactly. I mean, so many things worldwide, and we don't even know half of it that's being documented or even being witnessed by it, and because it's either decades before people come across it, or they don't have the news coverage like we have it, So, and on another note, man, I like to share a couple experiences that we had out here, if we got time.
Sure, man. Go. Let's hear it.
Okay. I was, I got a CDL, so I drive over the road, right? And I was driving the truck on 550 on Interstate 550, and I was coming north, and this is like, it was around dusk time, I guess, like it was getting dark, and so I noticed there was something on the side of the road, and I was coming back on it's called like 98 Interstate State Highway 98. And I was coming back from the mines out there, right? And so when I was driving, I was going like maybe, I don't know, 45 to 50 miles per hour, on these back roads, and there was like these tall weeds on both sides of the roads and so forth, right? So I was driving, and I noticed there was something moving. I could see it, like saying it wasn't completely dark, but it was like dusk, and the sun was setting and so forth. And I noticed there was like something crawling. It looked like an injured animal, to tell you the truth. That's what I thought it was, an injured animal, and it was on my passenger side. And so when I got closer towards it, I could see almost like it was like what I told my wife. I described it like it was like a centipede body, like the legs of a centipede, But when I got up closer, this head, it looked like a human head, but it wasn't human. So, but it looked at me and it recognized that it was about to get ran over, and it took off real fast into the woods. I mean, not the woods, but the weeds. And I wasn't going to stop my truck and try to see what the hell that was or have you. You know what I mean? I've seen too many movies where it ends bad, So I just kept on going, and I looked, and you could still see it moving through the weeds. You could see the weeds moving and so forth. It wasn't windy or anything like that, but it was clear. And I mean, I saw what I saw, and that's the only thing I could describe it. Like, it had a centipede body, but the head was almost like a human, but it wasn't a human. But it had two dark eyes, and it just scattered back into the tall weeds, and that was a crazy event.
Wow,
that night. I never. But what's crazy about that same road I was on, it's on a reservation. You know where the reservation's at?
What's the name of it?
The Hickory Reservation. That's over there where the Archuleta Mesa's at, which is like the Deuce there.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So do you think it could have been a spirit of some sort, an Indian spirit, or was it definitely extraterrestrial?
I think it could have been like some type of mutation. You know what I mean? Like a mutation that escaped, the laboratory or something like that. Or I don't know. I mean, it wasn't.
Now I'm getting scared. Mutation escaped from a laboratory. You know, things like what the caller just said is absolutely a fact. It happens, and it's been happening. Montauk comes to mind, and maybe people are seeing genetically experiments going on, and they've escaped from the labs, and they're getting into the lakes, they're getting into the woods. People are capturing them on video, the sea creature and the USO. I'm going to get to this. If the kid's back, I got to get the kid's name, and we'll call him by his first name because he deserves it. Hey, what's your first name?
My first name is Jaron, Jaron, Jaron.
All right, Taryn. So I don't see a text or anything coming in from your dad. Did he respond?
I think he's in a movie right now, so I don't know. But if you want me to give you his information, so then you can put him on the show, I'll be happy to do that.
Well, absolutely. We're on every Friday night, and we're on at 9 p.m. Los Angeles time. So have him call in next Friday, okay? You know, you're here, so we want to get your dad on. I want to get his opinion about the alien autopsy. Let me get your I got one question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you ask your dad if he believes the alien was real, featured on the alien autopsy video?
I've asked him multiple times. Honestly, I'm just gonna say this. He's told me he's honestly not sure. Usually with these alien cases, usually he gives his honest opinion. On this one, he says he honestly doesn't know. But like from what I've heard, I don't know if I could believe it personally, because there's just a lot of missing cases in what we saw in that footage and where it came from as a source. So it's kind of hard to believe for me.
Well, that's pretty interesting and an honest answer. Hey, thanks a lot, Taryn. You know, it sounds like your dad's worked on a lot of documentaries in regards to this, and sometimes he's skeptical in a lot of sense. But you're saying on this one, he's still not. He's on the fence on that.
Yeah, he honestly doesn't know, and he does go over a lot of his cases with me, and he does give his opinion. And some of them he's totally on board with, like on the Bigfoot one. Yeah, are you guys into like Bigfoot and ghosts and all that other stuff also?
Wow, there's a lot of noise coming back there, but yeah, you know, Bigfoot, you know, hey, I could believe them. I just got to get good video, eyewitness testimony, and people want to share it. Hey, maybe we'll share it. But you know what, Taryn? There's a lot of noise over there, so let's tell you what. You get your dad to call in next week, Friday. We're always here taking calls from around the world, and that's what we're going to do. So everybody stand by. This is Third Phase of Moon Live Radio. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. Blake Cousins will be right back. Third Phase of Moon.
Third Phase
of Moon. Yeah, we're back. Blake Cousins here taking calls. And you know what? Amazing callers tonight. Amazing insight. Third Phase Moon Friday radio shows is my favorite day in the week because we get to hear raw stories. That's the way I like it. Let's get to another caller. 949, you're live. Third Phase Moon, welcome to the show. 949, you're there? Goodbye, 949. We'll make room for the caller board. Let's go area code 319. 319, welcome to the show. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Peter. I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I'm actually a YouTuber by the name of Enigma Seeker, and I'm actually considering being a MUFON investigator. But I've been investigating one phenomenon that I want your viewers to know. Yes.
Enigma Seeker, first of all, you sure you want to go work with MUFON? You know,
well, it would just be a hobby. I mean,
okay.
I'm trying to build up like a little portfolio, and they want me to kind of investigate one aspect of a phenomenon, and that's what I've been doing on my channel.
Right on.
You might know about it.
Okay,
you
go
made
ahead.
a video back in 2012 in Hawaii.
Okay.
There was a report of a loud boom And
yes.
there's been a phenomenon going around by local media called the mystery boom phenomenon. It started in 2011 with a viral fad of strange sounds that people have been posting on YouTube. And what's strange is there are authentic videos of these, what I call USNs, unidentified strange noises. And it really spiked up in 2011. Before that, I could hardly find any reports. Then 2012 comes along and they increase again, then increase again in 2013, and just dozens of these reports by local media. And some of them have been called frostquakes. Some of them think are meteor explosions. Others think it's earthquakes. But this is a real phenomenon, and I've seen a UFO, this summer, and I don't know if it's giving me a hint or not, but it was just a red orb, and I was hearing these loud bangs, and then I waited an hour and didn't see anything, and all of a sudden right behind me there's a red orb, and I was trying to figure out if that's what was causing these bangs. I don't know if it was a hint or not about these mystery booms, if the UFO knows that I'm investigating this phenomenon, but I just want your viewers to, know about this, and if you hear a loud boom in your area, report to your local media or authorities, and maybe contact Blake Cousins and let him know if you're hearing on USNs, unidentified strange noises, and come check out my YouTube channel to report as well. So it's a weird phenomenon. It's still happening as we speak, and local media just keeps misreporting it because they're not seeing the big picture. I have a link to a map I made of all the locations where it's happened. So just wanted to put that out there.
Wow, Seeker, right?
Yeah, it's actually on your Facebook page right now. I have a map, and you can take a look at there. Literally, 2011, put this in perspective, 2010, I did not find hardly any reports, maybe like 3 or so. And all of a sudden, 2011 comes along, and there are 50. 2013, up to 13, 14, 15, it's been staying around 50 to 60. And majority of them are happening in the UK and US. I can't find any reports in China or mainland Europe. It's really strange. It's almost like it's targeting certain locations and happens repeatedly in the same location, but it will wait months. In Iowa, it's happened in Burlington, Iowa. It's happened in Council Bluffs, Cedar Falls, Iowa, and other locations around the U.S. And they keep mistaken for earthquakes. It's just really
Peter,
weird. Yes.
Yeah, this phenomenon has been around for, I'd say, about 6 years when I first saw my video of a strange. Yeah,
do you know her?
Absolutely.
Yes, I've been doing investigation for her, and I've been sending her my findings, my maps, and she's been kind of using that, not really giving me credit, but I don't mind. I just want this to get known just to see what happens if people know more about this. Maybe the phenomenon stops or maybe it doesn't. It's just a hypothesis that I'm saying that it could be UFOs. I really don't know. All I have is, just building up data. But these booms are happening in the middle of the night, just shaking the ground, and some of them get detected on USGS and some don't. I can look on USGS and try to figure it out. There's a way I filter these videos out on the internet and trying to figure out which ones are which. And it's really strange, but you have to do a little investigation into it, and you start to realize that it really started popping up in 2011, and then it's kind of like slowing down, I think, this year. But I think it's going to increase during the winter because it reached national media and people report it as frostquakes because of Brian Williams. He made a report on that. They just assumed it was frostquakes, and it was happening in Canada as well. But it's just strange because 3 years in a row it increased during the winter. So on average, it happens.
Let me ask you this, Peter. My question to you is, there's a lot of videos out there, and we've gotten many, trust me, and you haven't really seen them on Third Phase Moon because those are a bit tricky to put up and say this is what's happening because it's so easy to put a sound effect on something and go, wow, this is a crazy sound, and have people look up into the air. So my question to you is that, do you think what it's really important is that you witnessed it yourself, right? And we're going to give your credit and your link to your YouTube channel. When people share stuff and they're not giving credit, that's what really hits my nerve because that's such a plagiarism of journalism.
I have every link to every local news station that has reported this, and I have 50 for this year alone. And maybe subtract 10 to keep a margin of error, but there's definitely a lot.
Well, what you got to do, Peter, and we'd love to collaborate. We have done it with many people around the world that do their own investigations and shoot their own on-location reporting. That's the great thing. We can't be everywhere, and
I understand.
so we'd sure love for you to go on. What you need to do, Peter, is go on location, interview these people that have experienced this phenomenon.
I've contacted local media, and they've given me, people have contacted me, and they're giving me some weird descriptions, such as like they felt a pressure wave, and the local media is saying it was an earthquake, but they said they felt a pressure wave in their ear, so that makes me think it was atmospheric. But at the same time, there has been an increase of these meteor bolides, they call, but on average, there should only be 3 to 5 meteor explosions over the mainland U.S., according to what NASA says. But I'm finding 50 reports, and like half of those are being misreported as earthquakes. But what's strange is the majority of these are happening east of the Plains states, and it's happening in the U.K., and that's the only places I could really find. There's a few in the west, I think, coast, but I tend to ignore the ones like, in Oklahoma because of the swarms there, and California because of the earthquakes, because it's hard to filter those out. But the ones on the East Coast, there's something really going on. And just want to let your viewers know, if they've heard the boom, let Blake Cousins know about it. And, and if you've seen a UFO around the time, let them know, yeah.
Or let you know, man. You're doing the investigation on these sound booms. Let you know.
Well,
let me tell you, I get a lot of sound boom videos. So, and I really don't, I can't post them up because once I show one, then I got to show hundreds of them. And that's a bit tricky. But I like what you're doing. Hold on a second, Peter. What you need to do. Peter,
there's only 5 authentic boom videos.
Pardon me?
No one's really able to catch these. I mean, it's just they're so fast. No one is prepared, and there's only like maybe 5 videos on YouTube that I found that most likely are authentic, and they're kind of distant. But
you know what? When I get a sound boom video, I'm gonna immediately send it over.
Send it to me.
So trust me, you're gonna be getting something coming your way. What you need to do is, because we're just talking about some stats that you had. Send it to my email address. You contact me through my YouTube channel, the About page, that my email address is there. I want to get it tonight so I can get it up in tonight's show.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, I also have the link to the map and my YouTube page on your Facebook wall, so you can just take a look at that as well if you want to have someone look at that.
We'll get it there. Hey, Peter, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Any cool video with eyewitness reports, you definitely give me a shout-out, all right?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Blake. Bye.
Hey, thank you, Peter. Well, the young youth is on it nowadays, aren't they? It's amazing. They know that they got to ask these questions that a lot of people aren't answering. They need to get these answers. That's quite amazing. Let's get to other callers. This is Third Phase Moon Live Radio. That's what it's all about. Area code 504. You're live, Third Phase Moon. Thanks for waiting.
How you doing, Blake?
Hey, doing pretty good tonight. What's your name?
Derek, not Eric.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
Yeah. New Orleans.
Hey, New Orleans.
I called in 2 weeks ago. I want to put a shout out to F1.
Yeah.
Tell them I said thank you for hearing me.
We got him right here. Let's get F1 on. F1. F1 is
F1.
Sure. F1. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, how you doing, brother? You gave me a compliment last week that that really empowered me. Okay.
It was so much a compliment, bro. As it was like it's like what I've experienced in my life is, and I know, believe me, I've been one of those ones. I guess that was just picked, and it goes through families. But when I hear somebody that relates an experience, I have it's not too difficult for me to authenticate their genuineness. And what I heard from you is, I was so happy for you, because what it does is it reminds me of when I spoke with people like Bill Vike and other people that have, like Blake, that were pioneers in allowing us a acknowledgement and a platform to communicate, so that when
it had been there a long time.
Yeah, brother, I could tell. And I want to you know what's really weird is that tonight's show has been like everything you could ever want it to be. And just when I was getting a little bit upset at the people that are wasting the airtime, it's like, wow, so many people called in tonight that this is a super show to me. It's a super show because it's like it seems like we're finally getting over the peak to where people are finding out about this platform to share real information. And when the real information does have a chance to be heard, all of us know that are real experienced people. Wow, it is so cool.
I know, but I was hoping when I called in, I was hoping that my call was hoping that the girl from Australia will call back so I can find out exactly what happened to her after that.
Right. So maybe it'll still happen. Because Blake asked me, did I think it was military? Well, if it wasn't military and if it was alien, was it a collaboration between the two? Between two of them. Usually there's a little bit of both in my experience, unfortunately.
Say it again?
Yeah, there's amazing content that's coming on Third Phase of Moon Radio. You just never know what's going to happen. Kepler is still on my mind.
Blake?
Yeah.
Blake, can I ask you something?
Absolutely. Go ahead. You know what? Everybody's requesting the 818. The kid's name is Jerron Clinton's his dad was a director or producer of Alien Autopsy, one of the biggest events in regards to the phenomenon that hit Fox, and it almost broke cable. But let me tell you this. Maybe we got him back. Maybe the father's in. Let's see. 818 just dropped out. He was there, and now he's gone. Just like that. Let's go to 510. Third Phase of Moon live. Berkeley, welcome.
Hello?
Hello. Yes. Welcome to the show.
Hi, this is Pamela Stefaniotis, and a stranger says Berkeley. It's actually San Francisco. Blake, I sent you a message. Thank you for turning the music off. I sent you a private message to your Facebook about the earth changes that we were expecting in the next week or so.
Yes.
From Dr. Sam Muggsy and Dr. Michael Salla. I don't know if you've heard of either one of those guys, or those two.
Yeah, I personally know Michael Salla. Good guy. We've done an interview with him. It's up on Third Phase of Moon. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, I work at the farmer's market, and a lot of people see a lot of things, and they were connecting on a more grassroots level because most of these people aren't even plugged in. They don't have computers. They're trying to go old school, so to speak. Even their children are being homeschooled and that kind of thing. But there's a lot of sightings and there's a lot of earth changes, and a lot of this stuff doesn't ever get reported. And as a side note, your friend that said he wanted to the MUFON thing as a hobby,
sure.
I wouldn't recommend it. I don't trust MUFON.
That's what I'm saying.
We've given them a lot of stuff, and they only report certain things. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's out there. Well, the thing about the farmers market is we have a lot of stuff changing that they don't report on the news, and it doesn't get out there. There's been several major sinkholes in the Bay Area in the last 3 days. They're getting bigger. I don't know if it was on the news or not because I don't really watch television that much. But there was huge mudslides. And these are just like people that I know, friends that call me and say, oh, my God, I'm stuck. I'm on my cell phone. We're stuck for hours and hours. A lot of earth changes. And the reason is because we have a lot of extraterrestrial help that's they're going full bore right now. They warned us, they gave us the last week or so a lot of information, to be prepared that a lot of this stuff was going to be happening. It's going to be as little collateral damage as possible, but we need to get the information out there. I recommend everybody listen to Paradigm Shift, Dr. Sam Muggsy, and Ray. I mean, some of that stuff is kind of hardcore and advanced for most people. But the people I talk to at the farmers markets, they're very awake and very aware. They range from the Silicon Valley elite to homeless to bikers, like Hell's Angels. If you go to my Facebook, I know a lot of people. And like I said, I get them online as much as possible because what we've done is try to turn into a living library instead of a trash pit. And we really appreciate your work because you've changed a lot of that. You've helped us out a lot. We love you.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate the call in. You know, it's an extended show. I want to get to people as quickly as possible. And there were some facts stated there. Everybody, take a look at what's in regards to this weather, climate change going on. Not, it's getting hot sometimes. 903, we're going to take you. You're the last caller to Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show. Hello, 903, you there? Oops. We're going to get to one last caller if we can. We got an area code 949. You're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Blake?
F1. F1's back. F1, let me just close it out with you, okay?
Yeah, sure. Just a real quick synopsis. Wow, congratulations, brother. This is, remember when you were frustrated about plagiarism and everything else and all that stuff? And I was kind of getting bummed out because I didn't think that we'd progress this fast. And sure enough, this tonight's show, in my opinion, because I'm sitting here on the other side of you, wow, I'm so pleased. I'm amazed. I'm just satisfied off the chart with the amount of real information and experiences that I heard tonight. And I mean, the last caller, God, we could keep her on for quite a while too, because I'm sure that those people that are farmers and experiencing sinkholes they have a lot more to say than that. But sure. Blake, what a great job. I'm so stoked. Tonight's show is exactly what you've been working for and your brother for so long. And I think that we really, if tonight's show, as far as the information and just the straight-uppedness of the callers is any indication of where we're going after tonight, I am just, hanapa, bro. That was just, I'm so happy. I'm just really, really happy, and I never expected this tonight or in the near future. And this just gave me a big old slap upside my head saying, maybe they're getting it. Maybe they're getting it.
Maybe they are getting it. You're right, F1. It was an amazing show. And to have the first caller call in and immediately start to go in that he killed an alien. And the story goes on. He's going to be calling back next week. I can't wait to have him back. And he just shared with us photos, pictures that he's drawn. He doesn't even know what they mean. We're going to be sharing that on Third Phase of Moon here very shortly. That's what's incredible. You got a radio show that people call in, and then you get to go to Third Phase of Moon afterwards, watch it with the evidence that's been submitted, along with graphics of people that are submitting from sound booms, whatever's going on around the planet Earth. It's pretty wild right now, and it's wild around the universe. People are starting to finally wake up that something is going down, and we're going to find out very soon. That's what Third Phase Moon's all about. We invite you to join us again next week, Friday. We'll be here, back, 12 midnight, New York time, 9 p.m., Los Angeles time. Blake Cousins. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone. We'll see you again next time.
see you again.